In today's video, I killed every boss 100 times to see how many items I can get. And some people might have different standards of what a boss is, so I'll be using the cello as the answer. The cello is personally made by Vetex, so most of the information is firsthand. So based on the enemies that are labeled with boss, there is Iris, Lord Elias, General Argos, Lady Karina, and King Calvis. Then there's also Cernix, who's considered a side boss. But what I'm gonna do is score myself on 3 different criterias: the number of items I got, the value of those items, and how long it took. First up, we have Iris. She has a 1 in 7 chance to drop an item, and after killing her 100 times, I managed to get 16 items from her, which is slightly above average, so I'll give it a 10 out of 10. But the value of the items is a different story. The vermilion bracelets are pretty much useless, so I'll give it a 0 out of 10. This boss was very easy and took an average of about 3 seconds to kill, so I'll give it a 10 out of 10. So for the overall rating, I'll give this a 6.3 out of 10. Next, we have Lord Elias. He has a 1 in 5 chance to drop an item, and after killing him 100 times, I managed to get 15 items, which is below average, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. In terms of the value of the items I got, I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. I got a good amount of weapons and even a full armor set. Lord Elias gives the best dual sword, bow, and spear. I also love the spear and bow since they're good against bosses, and if you couldn't tell already, I beat up bosses like the newborn babies at hospitals. This boss was pretty easy and will take an average of about 15 seconds to kill, so I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So for the overall rating, I'll give this a 7.8 out of 10. Next, we have Cernix. He has a 1 in 9 chance to drop an item, and after killing him 100 times, I managed to get 8 items, which is below average. I will give it an 8 out of 10. In terms of the value of the items I got, I will also give it an 8 out of 10. I got a full armor set and is quite popular amongst players because of the defense and the attack speed. This boss was pretty easy and took an average of about 20 seconds to kill, so I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. So for the overall rating, I'll give this an 8.2 out of 10. Next, we have General Argos. He has a 1 in 7 chance to drop an item, and after killing him 100 times, I managed to get 12 items, which is slightly below average. I will give it a 9 out of 10. In terms of the value of the items I got, I will give it a 6 out of 10. 4 of the items I got were his shirt, and that item is so bad to the point that it is right to believe that Vetex put it in his item pool to troll us. I did get a good amount of weapons though, but it doesn't outweigh the number of shirts I got. This boss was pretty easy and took an average of about 30 seconds to kill. But it doesn't end there. He takes 2 minutes to respawn. All the other bosses take a minute to respawn, but for some reason, this old man is obsessed with taking off his damn clothes, so it takes him even longer to respawn. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. So for the overall rating, I'll give this a 6.7 out of 10. Next, we have Lady Karina. She has a 1 in 7 chance to drop an item, and after killing her 100 times, I managed to get 9 items, which is below average. I will give it a 5 out of 10. In terms of the value of the items I got, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I got a full armor set and it's quite popular amongst players since it gives both power and attack speed. This boss was pretty annoying to kill due to how much she dashes, but was still easy enough to autopilot. She took an average of about 40 seconds to kill, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. So for the overall rating, I'll give this a 6.3 out of 10. Next, we have King Calvis. He has a 1 in 10 chance to drop an item, and after killing him 100 times, I managed to get 9 items, which is slightly below average, so I'll give it a 9 out of 10. In terms of the value of the items I got, I will give it a 9 out of 10. I almost got a full armor set, which is very popular amongst players since it gives power, agility, and attack size. Not only that, I got 2 extra chest plates which have the highest demand out of all his other drops. You would think that I'd find this boss the most annoying to fight, but since I decided to beat him up first, my sanity was perfectly fine. But if I saved him for last, I'm pretty sure I'd be tilted out of my mind killing him over and over again. It took an average of about a minute and 15 seconds to kill him. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. So for the overall rating, I'll give this a 7.7 out of 10. So after doing this, would I do it again? Hell no. After beating up bosses hundreds and hundreds of times, I kind of feel like hunting ships, so I might upload a video on 100 sealed chests. I might even do a video on killing 100 sharks. But anyways, as per usual, I'll see you guys either tomorrow, the next day, or the day after that. Peace, and have a great day.